Hello, beautiful friend. Today I would like us to talk about resistance. I noticed that very often when we're talking to another being, we may feel resistant to some part of them. It could be a physical thing. For instance, we may not like the way they stress a particular word in the sentence. Or it could be a non-physical thing. Maybe we don't like the air they exude. Or maybe we don't like the particular feeling that they are resisting within themselves. So, in a way, we could say that we're resisting their resistance. Whatever it is that we're resisting in that other manifestation of our being, that thing is actually something that we resist in ourselves. And we could actually use this resistance as a guiding thread towards the understanding what it is that we haven't integrated within ourselves fully. So how do you integrate that which you haven't integrated within yourself fully? The best method known to me is parts work. Parts work is when you ask yourself a question. Which part of this other being I cannot embrace fully the way it is? And you try to be very specific with it. If it is the tone of their voice that you resist, you write it down. If it is the way they stress a word, you write it down. If it is their dressing style, you write it down. If it is the way they're acting arrogant, you write it down. You're very honest with it. If it is their ethnicity, you write it down. This is not the time to be politically correct. And then, after you have written that down, after you have clarified what it is you're resisting in them, you can ask yourself this question. Which part of me is resistant to embracing this truth about themselves? And you find that part within yourself. You may project it out onto a chair. You can go deep inside yourself and find a part of your body where that resistance shows up. And you can join your resistance there. The next thing you want to do is seek to understand that part of yourself that is resisting something else. You may ask that part questions, like why are you resisting that? Why is it so unsafe to recognize that? Why are you trying to run away from that? What is so scary about that? What is so uncomfortable about that thing? Be it the tone of their voice, the dressing style, or the feeling that they induce in you when they're talking to you. I will give you a little example. I was scrolling through YouTube videos and I saw a video filmed by a very attractive female. I felt very resistant to embracing that woman's beauty. I noticed that I was trying to justify her not being beautiful. I was looking for those bad things in her appearance. I started telling myself, oh, she's not that beautiful. So I thought, okay, this is the moment to integrate. So I connected with the part of me that felt resistant to embracing that woman's beauty fully. I asked myself, which part of me is resistant to embracing the beauty of that wonderful female fully? And I noticed that there is a part in me, and that is the part of me that feels that I'm ugly. For you, if you're working with your parts, the conclusions that you will come to and the things that you will discover will be idiosyncratic and very individual to you specifically. You may find yourself in a similar situation. You may have a part in you that feels ugly or not confident. And the reasons that these parts will give you will be very different for every one of us. What is important, though, is to realize that every part has a need. The need of my part, for instance, was to be seen the way I was. And also to be shown that it's okay to be the way I am. So now I'm aware of that particular need that I have. I can actually take practical steps in the direction of fulfilling that need. And I will make it my utmost priority. I will ask myself, in what ways can I show myself that I'm seen? First of all, I'm going to see myself. I'm going to see myself in my fullness. And I'm going to recognize my own beauty. How can I do that? I will create a list. When you're working with your part, ask your part, what need do you have? What would make you happy? What would help you feel loved? And then see what the part has to share with you. It's really, really important that you come up with practical ways of fulfilling that part's need, not just some intellectual ways or meditating those things away out of your system. That won't work. You need to find very practical things that you can do in the physical to help that part fulfill its need. Maybe you need to put yourself into a different group of people. In my case, if I want to be seen, I will try to make sure that I'm surrounded by people who find value in my work, for instance, so that they can listen to what I have to say and they will see me and they will actually feel that my presence is something that they want to be around. That will be a healing experience for me. Maybe you have to move to a different town, if possible. Maybe that part of you wants you to just be more gentle with yourself. Maybe that part of you wants you to change a belief that you have about itself. Every part has its own unique truth. There are many parts within ourselves, and every one of them has an important truth to share with us. The major reason of internal conflict is that all these different parts within ourselves have conflicting truths. And until we become aware of the fact that there are these internal parts within ourselves, we will have no idea as to how to bring them all together. And that is exactly the goal that I want you to uptake on the path to completeness and wholeness, also known as health. Thanks for watching.